Bam, King Talk. We back at it again, man. Episode 4, season 2. You know, we got our co-host Fohub, Miss Minka. How y'all doing today?
We're doing good.
Chilling.
That's
Beautiful
good,
day.
man. This episode is sponsored by Too Fresh Air Quality. You see dust, call us. And big shout out to Soul Ties. You know, that's the brand we got on today, man. Nice company, up and coming out of Atlanta. So, you know, make sure y'all go shop with them. Team, it's the topic today, man. What we on? King Talk.
Let's get it,
Let's
man.
talk heavy.
What we on?
I know we kind of talked briefly about it earlier, you know, when we was in the car and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? How this comment constantly gets brought up, like, within, like, our community. What's a real nigga? What's a hood nigga? What's a street nigga? What is these terms, bro? And why do we hear it so much? And why is it so common? Is it being abused? Is it being looked at the wrong way? Like, are we glorifying this shit too much? Like, how do y'all feel about that, man?
So you're asking, like, what defines a real nigga or a street nigga or a hood nigga?
I hate to say the word
let's
nigga,
start with this. Let's separate the three. Because a hood nigga, a street nigga, and a real nigga is three separate things. That often get bunched together. It get bunched together. So let's dissect that. Let's what's your definition of each of the three?
So a street dude is somebody, in my eyes, like, you know what I'm saying? That's how you was brought up. That's how you was raised. You was in the street. You're a product of your environment. You know what I'm saying? You operate and you move different than the norm. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
that's
again,
a street dude.
That's a street dude.
What you say is a hood dude?
Hood dude is somebody is just in the hood, just want to be in the hood, just want to, like, you of course you were raised in the hood, you grew up in the hood, you're just.
But you're not necessarily in the streets. That's the difference between the streets and the hood.
Yeah,
man.
so in the streets
is
like you. I feel like you're a street nigga. You're
street
like
smart.
in the mix. You
know what's going on.
Exactly.
I like that.
You could be a hood nigga and just be like, I'm just from the hood. But it necessarily doesn't mean
go to
you
school.
were in the mix.
You know what I'm saying? You could be a whole.
And I take the real
you
nigga.
You just from the hood.
No, that's true. The street nigga, the hood nigga, and then the real nigga. The real nigga, you don't got to be from the street. You don't got to be from the hood. A real nigga, I feel like, is defined by his morals. You get what I'm saying?
Principles.
A stand-up guy is a real nigga. Everybody know that. A real nigga ain't no nigga in jail, ain't no nigga in the ground. That ain't real. Because where your family, if you ain't taking care of your family, you ain't real. Ain't no nigga in the ground taking care of his family. You feel me? That's not real.
And I think that's the one that gets messed up the most because, you know, when we talk to kids, we talk to the younger generation, like even people my age, like, you know what I'm saying? What they quick to say, oh, he a real nigga. That's why I like his music and shit like that. And I'll be like, the first thing I'm asking, like, what make him real? You know, of course they're gonna say some ignorance. Oh, he got a body. Oh, yeah, he used to sell dope. And it's just like, oh, okay,
and it's crazy because you would think that would have faded out because that when we was kids, you know, that's what, it's crazy. How do they keep perpetuating these same stereotypes is beyond me.
Nah, that's crazy.
I think you could definitely define it. So you have, like, for a street dude, the S in street, that's someone that is off survival. So that says a hood dude, that's just their home. Their house is located in the hood. And you have a real dude that is just, you know what I'm saying? Real, recognized real. So it's just, you could just take those, like, beginning letters. And I think that's
can a real dude be a street dude?
Off top.
Facts.
Yeah, that don't disqualify you. I mean, that's the one. The thing about it is the real street hood dude is the one that get glorified. The real homemaker dude don't get glorified. The real working 9-to-5 dude don't get glorified. But it's real niggas in every sector. It's a real principal nigga out there somewhere. It's a real police officer. Kill me if y'all think it's a real nigga that's a cop out there right now. I ain't met him, but it's some out there though. You know,
pushing that one, boy.
A hood dude is just someone, their location.
Yeah.
A street dude is someone skills based off survival, and then you have your real dude is based off of moral and principle. It don't matter where you are, who you are, white, brown, black, whatever. You stand on good morals and principle. You're real. You're
real to yourself.
If you stand on your principles. If you stand on your principles.
You have great character, things like that.
I agree.
I think that a lot of times a real can get overlooked because he doesn't have that hood or that street, or he doesn't have that type of, I don't know, that aesthetic.
That edge to him. You know what I'm saying? He don't play it like, because most dudes from the street we don't really
they don't want to wear it. They don't want to wear it like that. But this the thing. A real nigga ain't never got to worry about that because those people that can't see through that ain't real themselves, because we said it. Real gonna recognize real
every time.
Real eyes, real love. But no, real gonna recognize real every time. Every time.
That's 1,000%.
Game recognize game, real recognize real every time.
But with us, like, we know we mix them up all the damn time.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because again,
and when you say we, it's the society as a whole. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
A lot of people ain't never even met a real nigga before. Let's talk about it.
Damn.
Hey man, plenty of hood dudes, plenty of street dudes, but how many real niggas have you, and not just even met, been in your life that you can say, you know what I'm saying? That you can confide in and really talk to and understand how he even got to be so real. If you ain't never had that conversation, you can't even really define what a real nigga is.
Nah, and you gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? Off the conversation, off the energy, off the vibe, you gonna tell, because off his experience, he gonna know how to conduct the conversation.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna know how to conduct himself even in public. You know what I'm saying? Even know how to move, how to talk, how to maneuver around certain shit. You done been through some shit, and you probably got humble, and that's what make you real. That's what make you thorough. Like, you know what I'm saying? You keep it 100 with yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Because the ones out here pump faking and doing all that bullshit, like, you can peep it easily.
You ain't real if you don't know yourself.
Nah,
that's rule number one. You get what I'm saying?
And what's the first sign you see when somebody, you feel as though that person don't know themselves?
I mean, first of all, they ain't
lack of confidence.
Go ahead.
My bad.
No. We saying go ahead and cook.
I think your lack of confidence.
Number one.
No ambition, no desire, no hunger for anything, no discipline. Just to say a few.
To me, it's just someone who just talk too damn much. A man.
They're loud.
They're loud.
Sassy.
You know what I'm saying? And it just seemed like, bro, you reaching now. I done been in scenarios where I'm been around a group of dudes, and it's just like that one dude that always got to say something and just got to stand out. And it's just like,
let's call it what it is. They attention hungry, like a female.
And there's
would be.
nothing thorough and real about that. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like, as a man, you always got to set the tone and set the example, no matter who the fuck around. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, I don't consider that being, I'm not gonna say real, but it's not thorough to me. Like, somebody just come around, just get to talking and shit. Because
see, like, a hood dude would match energy. A hood dude would want to spaz. A hood dude would act a little sassy. You know what I'm saying? A street dude could as well. But a real man isn't gonna tolerate it. It's gonna shut it down, not even entertain it.
Definitely.
So I feel like that's what makes the difference.
The hood dude definitely gonna indulge. The street dude, depending on what level in the streets he is, he might understand that this ain't the time and place. But a real dude, he probably ain't even gonna be in that situation. He ain't even gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? He not even gonna be there. You know, and that's the difference right there, like she said.
Facts. Do you think a hood dude and a street dude can grow out of the mentality? I mean, they definitely could. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it's not common. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it gets glorified so much. It's like, it's cool to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So, and all that means is a lack of knowledge. This ain't no fucking shot, because we all come from the city too, bro. So we get it. It's growth. That's why we on this podcast. We talking, like, you know what I'm saying? We got our testimony and shit. But it's like, yeah, as you going through this shit in the street, the whole purpose of it is to learn from it and grow from it. You can't, I tell her all the time, bro, you 30-something, damn near 40, you still pumping dope, bro. Like, you ain't learned yet. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like, the law and everything out here is so much advanced, like, having that mindset, I'm not going to get caught. You might not ever get caught, bro. But at the same time, what you continue to do is, it's like, you still taking them unnecessary chances every fucking day. Like, now what is your purpose? What you doing with these kids? What you doing? If you don't have no kids, what you doing for the community? What you doing for your family? Like, I mean, how you setting the tone?
What you really doing for yourself? Because
Facts.
that same energy you putting into that, you could, even though if you're successful in this, you an entrepreneur. You could have used them same skills and honed them. And it take the same amount of time to build an empire doing this as to do that. You just never had the guidance. So it ain't, you know, and my thing is this. Anybody that's calling themselves a hood dude, a street dude, or a real nigga, let's just be honest, you probably ain't that. You know, that's nothing you can really be self-proclaimed in. Let's just be honest.
And if you say that, we don't believe
we
you,
know
bro.
Exactly.
We don't believe you. We gonna put that out there, bro. We don't believe you, bro. Like, if you around here saying you a hood nigga, bro, and you a real nigga, we don't believe you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We go off your character and how you moving, bro. So it's just like, and again, if you thorough and you real, you know that.
You should be the last one to be saying it.
That's a fact.
Ain't no self-proclaimed real niggas or street niggas here do that. Nah, come on, man.
Nah.
Come on.
Okay, so I have a question.
What's up?
So, as we know, recent events, we've had Hurricane Helen. I think, am I saying that?
Helene.
Yep. has recently visited us. It didn't cause as much damage here in Atlanta, and you know what I'm saying. I know in southern parts of Georgia it did, and definitely the Carolinas. So there has been some conspiracy theories that the government can control the weather, and that the government has a fake sun, the government makes clouds, the government can alter our weather. So my question to you guys is, because the government can alter the weather and things like that, and I know it's technology and things like that, does that make them godlike? In a way, and think about it, I want you to think about it, godlike in the way of the control of the power that they have. Does that make the government godlike? And I also want to know, how do you feel about, like, they're generating weather? Like, we're not even getting the real sun. You're thinking that, like, all of this is literally just an illusion when
It's heavy. Nah, you want to go first?
Ahead. I'm going to let you go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to say my piece.
Ooh, sus, you just opened up the box.
The surprise question.
Okay.
I was going to throw it in there.
Is it godlike? Somewhat, you know what I'm saying? They got power. I wouldn't say godlike, because you know what they practice and what they participate in, and the energy that they putting out, because it's evil behind it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They're manipulating the masses. So it's just like, it's easy to sit up here and confuse people to get them off of that. Because again, like what we just talking about, the real nigga, the street nigga, they too worried about the bullshit and it's going right over their head.
Terminology.
The weather's getting controlled. You know what I'm saying?
But you're saying that doesn't make them godlike. And even though it is for evil, and even though it may be bad, they are still having the power. They still, even though they have all these illusions and things like that, and let's just talk about our government. Even though they have that, oh man, I lost my thought.
Nah, okay, but I was gonna say, go ahead. Because I was gonna say, but the devil got power too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, but also the things that the government policies and things they have in place have also helped people. Have also, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
I mean, in their mind, they probably helping people with this weather that they fixing. You get what I'm saying? That's always,
but their intentions behind it.
You know, they always trick themselves into thinking they doing right. So I get what you're saying, but we know the real intentions behind it. We know there's people getting hurt behind it, and we understand that it's ill intention behind it, regardless of how they look at it. You know, every killer feel like they justified in some kind of way.
Facts.
Not to say that they're justified, but does that give them a...
No, I get what you're saying though. Like a certain level of power that they shouldn't have. And I'll go ahead and
that falls back on even people relying on the government for assistance.
That's what I was going to say.
For Medicaid, for medical things, for school tuition, for living, for food, all of that kind of stuff.
I mean, the thing about it is, it's some people that never got no assistance from the government and none of that, and they not even paying attention to the control. So it's like, it affects you in a way that you let it affect you, what you can recognize and what you can realize.
Facts.
But beyond that, people don't even realize what's going on. People don't realize that we call a tree because somebody that made up English told us that that's a tree. That we know with rain, we calling it rain because they gave us the word rain. So they already was godlike. They already dictated the language that we was speaking.
Because English is not our native language. It's a slave language.
They wasn't speaking that to each other. They gave that to us and they spoke that to us. And, you know what I'm saying? That's how English came about.
Because if we talk and they can't understand us, they can't control us. You know what I'm saying? So they take your religion, they take your language, they take your diet, everything from you. So it's just like,
you in a social experiment.
Facts. And that's how you might say is God like, but it's just like, again, you've been manipulated because you don't know the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know who the fuck you is, like, you can't be really controlled.
Exactly. It's about knowing yourself. Like so it's that it is that level for some people, but it all depends on their level of understanding. Because you got to think this, like I said, back to the language thing, it's probably emotions that we feel but don't even know how to express because they never gave us a word for it. You get what I'm saying? We limited by our thoughts. Our language is really limited.
They say
spells,
anxious.
curses
and spell, and we know that it's laced with that. Come on now. Even when we write something down, when you write your name, now what did you just do? You spelled your name. It's come on. We ain't
curses.
We ain't got to go down that one.
People ain't breaking.
I like that. No, you spell your name.
Yeah, he spelled.
Ooh, that was deep. I never thought about it like that.
Come on now. You know that's how you make shit manifest. That's why people don't understand the power of your fucking tongue.
And then when you connect the spells together, now what you doing? You writing in cursive. So So now you done turned the spell into a curse. They putting it right in the language. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
They putting it right there in front of us. And so it been on a godlike level, but now they're just getting so blatant. Either we waking up or they just not giving a fuck no more. Because right now it's just in our face. You ain't even gotta dig deep no more.
But I'm not gonna lie, it's been a big shift though. Like a lot of people is
the world becoming more conscious. We talk about that a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that you brought that up because you done opened up a box. You know, we off the bullshit for them. Let's talk about this real shit.
Yeah, again, it's never real. Come on now. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? See how we was easily just kick it. We can go to the ignorant shit. We can talk about the unnecessary shit. But again, like, all we got is time. You know what I'm saying? Let's fucking use it, bro. So, you know, let's really talk about something heavy, which you just brought up. Like, yeah, like it needs to be talked about. These motherfuckers is controlling shit. Not even just the weather, just like
that's
how you think, how you talk, how you
But
move.
the weather might be the thing that wake people up because once you realize, damn, they control my weather. What else is they controlling? It's always something that, you know, that's why I love.
And you know what started with me, with my consciousness, it was just like, once I found out about religion and
the religion thing was,
I was like, damn, if this is bullshit, what else is
and this
bullshit?
This is the realest shit in the world.
Then food,
money,
then school, everything just started.
Gasoline,
I just started waking up.
Like the food we eat.
Come on, man. I question everything, and it's like I always tell people, ask questions. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, if you want to know something, go out there and go seek it because the truth gonna set you free. I say that shit all the fucking time, bro.
You can't suspect no man to set you free. What he got to gain from setting you free?
Nah, he not. You know what I'm saying?
And I say this too, ain't nobody gonna ever give you enough knowledge to overtake them. They'll never give you that much. They ain't finna lace you with the weapons. You ain't never even be a threat. If you follow their program, you would never be a threat.
Exactly.
They're not finna program you to be a threat.
It's a formula for them to stay on top. You know what I'm saying? So that goes.
And it's working.
And that goes back to boom. We can talk about it again. The hood nigga, the street. All that shit's a mentality. You know what I'm saying? You was taught to be like that. You know, and again, like, it's not a coincidence. You can go all around the country and there's people in every state on that type time. You know what I'm saying? So how the fuck did that happen? Start asking the right questions. You start waking up.
You got to understand, you were studied by people who don't got the best intentions for you. Exactly. So they understand how your emotions work and they understand how to trigger you to become it. They know what you're susceptible to. You get what I'm saying? They studied you more than they even studied themselves.
And did you know that they have the way our phones are set up and the chips that they have in the phone and the energy that radiates and the frequency that radiates from the phone, it literally connects with
to your brain. You don't even got to say it. You just think it. We all have been there.
Be like, dang, I was just thinking that. And now
I didn't even say
it on my phone. And it's like, that's literally how they have that control.
And because people don't understand the technology, they're going to say it's fake.
Exactly.
People don't understand. First of all, phones been around our whole life. People don't understand how a regular telephone even works to this day. People don't understand how the radio even works. So they want to say that something is fake because they don't understand how it works.
Nah. Because they running from the truth. Because if they know it's fake, now you got to do your research.
Yeah,
now you got to do your homework. Nah, you don't want to put no work in.
They lazy thinkers. They go to work. They get up and go to work every day for 40 years, but they'll never get up and do no real research that's going to free them. It's crazy. They lazy thinkers.
It's just being content. Like, you was conditioned to think like, okay, I got this and life is just supposed to be regular, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they cool with that. They don't want to live outside their means or just do something like we always talk about, like change. People scared of change.
They don't see the benefit.
It's hard. Yeah, they don't want to do that shit, bro. So it's just like, nah, they rather just live a lie than sit up here, put the work in and figure out what the truth is. Yeah. You know, because they be like, nah, that's too much. I don't want to think about it.
But that comfort zone is dangerous.
Nah,
that comfort zone, man.
It gets you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So the truth is out there, but it's just all on you and where your energy at and where you want to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
Yeah, everybody journey different. You want the truth? Trust me. It's out there, bro.
They put the truth in books.
And cartoons.
They put the truth in real life.
Yes, I've been seeing The Simpsons. Mm-hmm. They are very on target about a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean,
we got to make reading more fun.
Yeah,
they say if you want to
hide something from a nigga, put it in a book.
Facts. Figure out who you is too, man. Because I think that's a big part of the journey. Like,
yeah, I mean that is the journey.
But where do you start? I hear you guys say figure out who you are, figure out how you are. What does that look like? Where do you start?
You start with being authentic and figuring out who you ain't. Weed all that out because there's so much. There's way more stuff that you ain't.
But I think with everybody's mental, I think everybody should start with getting a good book.
Yeah,
with understanding different ways.
I think that's a great start.
But people don't even know what book to read because they so caught up in looking at everybody else's paper. That's why I'm like, they need to do a little soul searching first because you tell them to get a good book and they all gonna end up with the same book because now everybody get a, that's the society we in. Do some self-searching first. See what you into. Think back to your childhood. What was you drawn to that other kids wasn't drawn to?
Switch up what you doing. Like that's insanity to keep doing the same thing, expecting you're gonna get a different result from it. You know what I'm saying? You can't wake up, rise up every day and have the same fucking routine and just be like, damn, why my life ain't changing? Come on, bro. Like let's talk about logic now. Like it's that fucking simple. We make life difficult because we overthink shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you can easily take them necessary steps to change. Right. Easily. Just do something different. You know what I'm saying? Do something that you ain't used to, and just it's so many ways to sit up there and find yourself.
Challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Every day.
Cut the distractions out. But again, like people don't want to do that. Like it's hard. Like some niggas gotta have a drink every fucking day. As soon as they get off work, bro. It's just like you gotta have a fifth to the face, and you wonder why like your life ain't moving how it's supposed to. Like you ain't living right.
Your liver deteriorating.
Come on, bro. You killing yourself slowly. You know what I'm saying? So if your body's sitting over there fighting all that unnecessary shit, how you think your mind working? You ain't thinking straight, bro.
Yeah. You know the body follows. As the mind goes, the body follows.
Yeah.
I want to hear a female perspective on logic, because they always try to let me hear what you got to say about logic.
What do you mean? What aspect? Like just
okay, how do you even value logic over emotion? Because I think men don't realize how valuable emotion is, because we so
logical.
Stuck on logic.
Yes. So as a woman, of course, we're very emotional creatures. Mm-hmm. So a few women, we kind of have like in the back of our mind, we have that logical thinking, but that just emotional.
That woman's intuition overtakes it.
It just overrules everything. So I think that definitely men need to tap more into their emotional side and understand and hear us out. And then eventually let's double back to the logic. Now, I think in emotional woman, it is okay to be emotional, but acting out in emotion is never okay. So that being overly impulsive, aggressive, things like that, that is not okay. Now, you can be emotional. You know what? I feel a certain way, because emotion is everything: happy, sad, angry.
And you got to get it out.
And you
can't suppress it
out. So I think that when it comes down to emotion versus logic, it's a way where you can have both.
I like that answer.
But that first comes with clear communication and open communication. And guys, what women need from you guys is to be a listening ear. We know y'all got the logic. We know it's like, okay, this is dumb. This don't make no sense. Oh my God, you being trash. Like, okay, but sometimes just hear us out.
I get that.
Sometimes just let us and hear why we're so emotional. Because as a woman is going to tell you, listen, I'm emotional. And then you can hear a little bit behind like, okay, this is really what she's trying to say. Or this is really how she feeling. Or she's going to eventually explain like, you know what? You know what I'm saying? This is where we cross the line. And I feel this way because it could be past trauma. It could be her morals and principles she's stand on. It could be whatever. It could be a lot of different things that play into that. And the same way that you guys are logical thinkers are because of what? Because of what you've been through. Because of what you stand on. Because exactly. So y'all as men, y'all naturally have to just stand strong and turn it off. But when you're definitely in a relationship, or when you're finding a partner, that doesn't have to be relationship. It could be any type of courtship, any type of dealings with somebody. I think it's good to find that space where you guys can be, you know what? I am emotional right now and I'm feeling a certain type of way, but here's where I am. But logically, I know. And then even women, this is what I'm saying to my ladies. It is okay to reason with them logically, because men want to know that you understand their point without them saying their point first. Yep. So if you jump ahead and be like, you know what, I already know by, of course,
you're going to get listened to then.
Knowing your man, then they can listen to you more than just, and I just don't like this, and you do this, and da. But if you say, but you know what, I know why you did this, or you know what, you weren't aware of this, or I get that you're busy, you probably missed this, but let me tell you how I feel. So I think as ladies, we definitely need to find that. And that comes with a lot of inner work, lady. That comes with a lot of understanding where is this coming from? Where's your aggression? Where's all this emotion? Where's your impulsiveness coming from? And you have to dig deep. And going down that journey is not pretty.
It's not.
You realize a lot about yourself.
It requires accountability.
Exactly. And once you have that accountability, and you know, and ladies, the same way we want the guys to just bow down and honor us, it's okay to submit. It's okay to kind of, you know what, choose your battles. Everything ain't got to be a fight. Everything ain't got to be, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this. Or you know what? I can brush this off. This is not serious, because you're going to want him to brush it off. And then if a guy nags you about every little thing and now he's acting emotional, or you sassy, or he's a ass nigga and all that kind of stuff. But when we do it, we want you to, you're not listening to me.
Now you're not creating, now you create a space where he can be emotional.
Let me go back to that. Like, if you sassy, to the men. I'm gonna speak on the men. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna keep it 100 right now. Like, nah, you is acting like a bitch ass nigga, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you constantly do that, bro, I respect what you just said. Some men need to embrace that emotional side so they know how to like.
When that's your personality.
When you communicate with your woman,
on,
yeah. When that's your personality, yeah.
Man.
Like when you constantly bitching and you complaining and you just like every little thing is just, bruh, like damn, bro, and all that crybaby shit, bro. Like
that
ain't it, bro. And and some women need to chump some of these dudes off, bro, so they can get a reality check. You know what I'm saying? And that's my opinion on it.
I think that a lot of toxic relationships, the men are looking at, they view the relationship or value the relationship of how much the woman is being of service to them. But they're not thinking about, you know what, how can I be of service, or what is this, or what is
being of service to her? What does that look like?
What does that mean?
Since I don't do this.
But it's just constantly, so I'm just going to inflict and make you feel however I want you to feel to manipulate you into wanting to service me. But as a man or as a female, are you being emotionally available? Are you creating that space where it's like, you know what, I do want to service you. Some people call it service, submit, however you want to look at it. But yes, I do want to.
And I'll pick it up that you've been cooking. So that's why I'm glad we brought this topic up. You've been cooking with grease.
Thanks.
Fellas, understand that logic is creating a space for her to be emotional. If you know that she needs that, then be logical enough to create a space for her to do that. Like she said, especially if she lets you know that she understands your point, then let her talk. What are you even talking for at that point?
Why are you going back and forth?
If she already let you know that she understands your point, what else do you have to say? At that point, the stage is hers. Now try to understand her point. Or at least hear her out, even if you know she ain't got no point. Like she said, it don't make sense. She need to get that out. All that's inside her, she need to get that out, regardless if you know it don't make sense.
Fact. And if you secure with yourself, you shouldn't feel no type of way. You shouldn't feel no type of way. You need to be able to handle that. You know what I'm saying? Every woman is going to have some type of aggression or something that come along with them.
Exactly.
And that ain't.
You can't take a rebuttal.
Get out of la la land.
As a man, y'all's hardest task is, even when you do create that space and letting her be emotionally free and all that kind of stuff, is deciphering those conversations and taking out those points, even through her emotion, taking out those logical points in her emotional rage. And by listening as a guy, and of course it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Well, why the hell you said a nigga don't do shit?
Don't be nitpicking,
like,
right?
Don't nitpick, but just take, you know what, these points, this is why she said this. And a lot of times women do exaggerate. A lot of times women do
do that.
because they want you to understand their point. And it's like, you know what, he don't get it from this way, so I'm gonna give it to you this way. Now he's not understanding. Now I need to drag it out and be extremely extra because you're not really understanding my point and what I want you to stand on and what I want you to see in this. And although a woman is acting emotional, she still has logical reasons on why she's acting, and that's what y'all need to do.
And that's when the balance come in and the man come in. Like you said, because sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know when to shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So that's like, part of being a man and a leader.
That's what gets me far now. Like, I just know when to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? And I learned, like, sometimes when a woman got her mind made up, she got her mind made up.
Right.
To sit up there to try to go back and forth. Because I don't believe in, like, it depends on the scenario and the situation. If I feel as though I'm not really getting through and it's becoming a yelling match, I just be like, you know what? Fuck it, bro. It take two to argue. You gonna be the man and you gonna stop talking first, or you gonna wait on her to stop?
And be catty. And
most men don't know how to do that because they feel as though I need to get my point across. She need to hear me, bro. She don't hear you. You can scream, cuss with a fucking microphone and a speaker box, bro. If she don't want to hear you, my nigga, she is not gonna listen to you, bro. Like,
facts.
You just need to it's a time and a place for everything.
And the truth is the truth. If you spitting facts, even if she come around to realizing it tomorrow, if you so logical and everything you saying makes so much sense, then just simmer down,
let
sit
it
back
marinate.
And let it marinate. She gonna realize and come apologize to you. And if not, then maybe she don't respect you like you think she do. And that's the other thing. Guys, we take rebuttals as disrespect a lot of times. Just because you shouldn't have nothing to say because I'm right. Yes, you are right. But she still should have something to say because it's not a dictatorship. She should be able to speak her mind. Rather, hear her out. You should understand where she's coming from and try to correct whatever you see wrong in that logic. You get what I'm saying? Fix her logic so it can be as sharp as yours and she can help you with the emotional side. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people ain't ready for that. But if she chose you to be her leader, then I don't think it's disrespect, bro. She just got an opinion. You get what I'm saying? She already chose you to lead. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
And I think that, Wilfrey, what you said about knowing how to shut up, I think that is a good point, but also knowing when to talk too. Because a lot of times we'll be rambling and we'll be going on, but we want to hear like your input. We want to see how you feel. Are you dissecting this and not get to the end of the conversation? It's like, oh, dang, she went over 8 points, but you were only able to digest 2 or 3. So it's like, hey, so when you had a moment, and like I do this even when I have conversations and even with different people, definitely at work, is I kind of like take a step back and I kind of like tell them, you know what? Did you understand that? Like, I don't want to give too much at once. How do you feel? Are you able, do you know what I'm saying? What do you agree? Do you have any suggestions? Like, what's your input on what I just said? And you take those moments and it's like, they're still able to, and if you, once again, know yourself, they're still able to hear that other person's point and then get back to your point as well. And say, okay, now I know what you're saying. So now I know how to go to my next point. Right. And even by hearing that other person, you know what to say. You know what? He already gets this, understand that. So now that just saved you 5 minutes of breath. Now, oh, nope, he's not getting this. So let me take another angle at explaining this. So ladies, you have to be very creative. And we know our men are not as up to speed. A lot of them are up to speed on a lot of things, but we know mentally sometimes we have to work our way and like baby feed y'all and you know what I'm saying? With a spoon and kind of, yes. You know what I'm saying? We got to lay it on y'all a little soft. So ladies, definitely be aware of that and be aware of your tone, be aware of your aggression. We know the power that we hold. We know the attitude. We know the body language. We know what we're doing. So just be mindful of that. You can still have that, but make sure that that is all emotion. So make sure if you do too much of the emotion, that's going to override the logic. And you may have a good point. You may have valid. He may want to listen to you, may really, but when you do it too much and you take it too far, it just defeats the purpose.
It's out the window.
Yeah.
We
take the power out of it.
Facts, like vice versa. If you yelling and screaming, like I don't
even hear you now. Even if you did have a point, I don't like the messenger right now. Yeah. Forget about the message.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I'm saying?
I think, sorry to cut you off. I think that ladies, it's very good. Like even though when you are angry or something happens or anything like that, take a moment and like write down your thoughts. And I know this sounds really cliche, but ladies, y'all got to start journaling or at least using your phones. We got all these smart devices.
It's a good outlet.
Go to your notepad
it's a great
and
outlet.
literally write out how you feel and the points that you want to get across to him. So that when you're talking to him, you're covering everything, you know, the questions you want to ask. And then when you kind of sit there, you kind of like, nah, that's bullshit. I ain't really got
right. Go back and read it. It's going to make you think twice about it.
That's good. And I know it sounds like in a moment, we just like, it's like, you know what? Let me write it out. This makes sense. This, okay, he gets this. Okay, I've already spoke on this. And I like to keep my notes because I like to go back. Like, excuse me. I said this on October 3rd at 12:13 p.m. Oh, no, I have notes like that in my phone. Have receipts. And it's not that I'm just, it's not about being petty, but it also holds you accountable as the lady so that when you are having those conversations with your men or your coworkers or your friends, your parents, whatever, you can hold yourself accountable to make sure that you're addressing their needs as well. You know what? He said this. They said this. You know what? I can, and by taking that note, it's kind of like, I can now be aware. Now, next time I know how my actions can avoid this and things like that. So I think that definitely does fall behind accountability. But that is a tip, ladies, that you guys can use by just use your smartphone. Or get you a notepad. And then when you go home, journal. How we used to write in our diary as girls, bring that back. That's going to heal your inner child. That's going to help with a lot of thoughts. And you can manifest a lot of things. So instead of having a lot of those negative thoughts, you manifest what you want. Okay, this day was rough, but tomorrow it's going to be productive. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. Tomorrow I'm going to try this approach. So, yeah.
Right. And yes, talking to your friend, it might help, but ain't nothing better than talking to the one person that, that yourself. Really got it all. All the stakes is you.
It's you, bro.
It's you.
It's you.
Ain't nobody gonna give you better advice than you. So ask yourself first. A lot of people don't even take a chance to ask themselves. Ask yourself first. See what yourself got to say.
Have that conversation and don't, you know what I'm saying? You know when you bullshitting yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know when you on point. You know when you not. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to cap and lie and just like, I hear people talk so much and I know they bullshit and they know they bullshit and they trying to convince themselves now. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you just gotta, again, that self-discipline, locking in with yourself, and you're going to have to go through a couple experiences before you even get to where we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because this might sound like Chinese to some people. Like, it ain't that easy, but nah, it really is that fucking easy. You know what I'm saying? Simple. But again, it's taking that time with yourself to really like.
And I think like once you start that journey of taking time with yourself, self-healing, whatever you want to call it, I think that the first thing that you must do is get comfortable being uncomfortable. So like when it comes down to your decision making, because I tell people like even when it's change and when you want things to happen, it starts by the smallest habits, by your day-to-day interactions and actions, the way you respond, the way you react. It just starts by those. So it's just like start small. You know what? Let me be. I would usually respond like da 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 da, or you know what? You hear a lot of times. I'm trying to da da da, but you keep with me. So choose that other voice, that small little voice, because right now you're enraged, you're hurt, whatever. But choose that small voice. It's like, you know what? Be calm. You know what? Don't do it like this. You know what? Don't engage in that. Don't entertain that. It's a choice. So start. That's how you can start. And that little voice will be in your head. And the more you start listening to that little voice, it'll get louder and louder and louder. That little voice is called your consciousness, whatever your little friend. God. You know what I'm saying? God, whatever you want that to be. But start listening to that more. And then watch your change. And then you know what? I used to react like this. And then eventually you'll be surprised at how quick you like, I don't even want to engage in that. I don't even want to be, you start vibrating on a different frequency.
And that's called elevating. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's part of the change, So if you want to do better for yourself to avoid these unnecessary headaches, these fucking arguments, because all it does is just put you on a bad frequency. And we just got done talking about it. It takes more energy to be mad than it does to just, you know what I'm saying? Just let shit go. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, nah, can I sit up here and dwell on this shit all day? Or I'm going to sit up here and just let it go and just think about the future. It's what you do afterwards through any scenario that what really counts. You know what I'm saying? So
how you react.
It's how you react. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing you can control.
Is you. That's it. So it just, again, all these sloppy ass, fucked up ass relationships, bro. Just like when you get two toxic people who it never worked on themselves together, they just clash. Don't let them have a baby out of that shit, bro.
Man. 18 years of crashing out.
Come on, dog. You know what I'm saying?
If you're around that long.
And it's a lot of scenarios like that. Again, it's just like us being controlled and not really just thinking about shit. Like I'm telling from experience, like me having a kid with somebody, like I barely even fucking knew. Like, and now it's just like, now I can sit back and go back and just like, how did I do that? What made me get caught up?
Learn from your mistakes.
It was a learning lesson from that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I got a daughter off of it, but at the same time, like, it was a huge learning lesson. You know? And again, like,
shifted your life.
It shifted my life. Not only now I look at women different, but it's just like, I gotta be more controlling when it comes to me and having sex. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't just
control your destiny.
It being impulsive, like we were just like we were just saying earlier. Men can easily do that when it come to having sex. Like, just because she got a box, like, oh nah, I'm fucking that. Like, nah, I think it's player when it's like when you start turning down shit, bro, and it's just. I mean, I think that's when
you start really attracting the high.
That's when you get like the real women,
vibrate
bro.
higher.
Yeah,
and that's what you got to understand about vibrating. And vibrations. And you can't really cheat the universe. Anytime you think you cheating the universe, you're gonna pay for it on the back end, man. You always gonna pay for it on the back end. Ain't no shortcuts to this. And we all walking examples of our habits. That's why I like you said habits. Your habits is make up who you are. So if you work on something small every day, it's gonna turn into something big. And it was just little baby steps that you chose to do every day. But it happened in reverse too. So you could be doing something that you think is small, but it's detrimental to you. And it's damn near gonna cause a downward spiral. You thought it was just something small.
Trial and error. Yeah,
you got to see what's working for you and what ain't working for you, and continue to do the stuff that work for you, and the shit that don't. Just try to figure out what.
Or you can play it scary and keep doing the same shit and just keep getting the same result. But you're gonna have to
that comfort zone is very dangerous,
facts. Man. But again, people don't wanna have that change. And what you about to say?
I think that if you're thinking about changing or wanting more for yourself, I think a really good thing to start with is physical activity every day. Even if that's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, go on YouTube, type in some stretching, type in, if you've never been active in your life, you are late, you're a couch potato, you would never know sports, you never did nothing. Just start by putting on a YouTube video, and you can do it right there in your bed. You can do it, in 10 minutes, and you start there, and then start challenging yourself every day or every week. You know what? Now I want to up it. Now I want to do this. And by doing that physical activity, you'll be surprised at what it leads to, what it wakes up in your body, what it releases in your body. And you need that space to release things, to sweat. It does great things for your skin. It detox. It's just a lot that it does. So definitely try doing physical activity. And I tell everybody, try with yoga. Fact. Yoga's very slow. Yoga teaches you how to breathe, but yoga teaches you stillness. And that's what I like. It teaches you mindfulness and stillness. Yoga is a practice. When you're working out, a lot of times, a lot of people are like, when you're doing that heavy workout in the gym and you're just thinking about trying to get it over with. You're trying to hurry up and rush through it. But when you actually do yoga, you have to sit in the now and you have to sit and be still and figure out how to quiet your mind. This is just a space, whether that's 10 minutes, they have 20-minute yoga videos. You just sitting in that space and you're just thinking about just being right there in that moment. And I think don't let your mind just, if you listen to a video, don't let your mind just roam. Just sit in that moment. Focus on your breath. That's the quickest way. Once you breath work is the quickest way, whether you're doing intense working out, whether you're doing yoga, that's going to distract you when you actually start focusing on your breath. And it's like you're literally focusing on within. Now you're learning how to breathe in different parts. Now you're sending energy or you're sending breath down to different parts of your body. So I think that's very important. And definitely if you're healing, whether that's trauma or literally physical pain, I think that's really good that you understand that breath work and you start sending that energy because your body can heal itself. You just got to give all the tools and everything that it needs and everything that comes from the earth.
I like that because that breath work, you get that circulation going and you clear them blockages and you can heal anything, man.
Why you don't think this type of stuff gets talked about in the hood or in the street?
I don't. It's an agenda. The hood is a.
It wasn't made for that agenda. We're our paradigm that doesn't help them. That doesn't fit into the role that they.
I just want the people to
that
hear.
Doesn't help the predefined role that they made for us. We don't fit into that. We're not supposed to be entrepreneurs on a high level and teach other entrepreneurs. We're not supposed to do none of that. The only rich people are supposed to be the people that they made rich, that they can control and be puppets. Those are people that they want you to try to be like.
Only a certain percentage that can reach that level, and I mean deeper than wealth financially and money. I'm talking about that can reach that level of consciousness and enlightenment, awakening as well to be able to rise above. And it doesn't matter their environment, like we talked about in the beginning. You have a hood nigga that is just the H, is just their home. You have a street nigga, it's just their survival mode, it's their skills, it's just what they had to go through and the dealings that they had throughout their life is what made them a street nigga and what they played in. But it's just like, oh, Lord, I was cooking and I just...
No, I hear you though.
No, that's some real shit.
Different aspects of it.
No, it is, but again, like it's an agenda behind that, so it gets overlooked. But again, like the people in them scenarios, they get glorified on a regular.
Fact.
So it just seems like that's why more people is drawn
gravitate
towards that. So it's just like practicing peace, practicing stillness, practicing yoga and things like that. Like that gets like shamed on, like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't cool. But again, people need to start setting the tone. I'm not saying that it's not, but if you go
I wouldn't say it's being shamed on. I think that definitely now, and I can only speak for just our community, that a lot of people are. I was scrolling on Instagram and I seen somebody I went to high school with was going to yoga. And they was like, I have to do this every Monday to break through. He's a father. He's running his own business, working, whatever the case may be. And a street, someone I would consider a street dude or hood dude, whatever. And he's also a real man because he stands on good principle. I'm like, dang, yoga, that's dope. He was like, yeah, I got to release. And a lot of men don't know how to release that. And I'm like, dang, you need to talk about that more. He's like, well, when I post it, it's like, dang, where you at? And a lot of men may do it, the hoes, whatever the case may be. But that may be what gets you in the door.
Right,
but once you get in there
Yeah.
and you literally take that moment and stuff, you reach a different level and you feel great afterwards. So I tell everybody, try that. If it's not a yoga class, just try it at home.
Right, but like bro said, it's a lot of awakening going on. So we seeing us do stuff that we didn't traditionally do. But traditionally, that wasn't one of the things that they put in our hood. They gave us karate. We had karate back in the day. We never had nobody that was doing yoga growing up, so I like that that's changing.
And at a certain point in time,
the
karate wasn't even cool.
That wasn't even cool, but I mean, that's something
that's
the closest thing to breath work and stillness and practicing discipline that niggas got to. That's why I even brought it up, because niggas, and even working out. Only niggas that went to the pen worked out in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like that was it. It ain't even cool for physical fitness. Me and bro, we've been on our health journey, been vegans for years. That ain't cool. It don't get talked about, but a lot of that is changing. I love that. I love that.
It's becoming a shift, because now, like, with us living our truth like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to walk around with that confidence. Like, I could be around 20 dudes. I could be around 50 people, and everybody like, oh, let's eat chicken. Let's do this. Let's do this.
It don't move me.
Man, fuck
it don't move me.
No, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And then I guarantee at least 2-3 people out of that group is going to be like, why you don't eat it?
It's gonna bother
because
them.
we don't fit that stereotype. Yeah, because when somebody said they vegan, they expect them to look like a certain way. They see me, hey bro, And ain't no way you vegan, bro. There's no way you just
because in their mind, the vegan don't look like you. You're not supposed to be that. You're not supposed to. You could be a CEO and they look at you the same way. You're not supposed to be running this company.
You're not supposed to be doing.
You look too young to do this, or you look too.
I think our generation are asking the necessary questions. We're taking the necessary steps. We're trying to break those generation curses. We're trying to move forward, and we're realizing that we are in this illusion. We realize that this government is poisoning us and trying to kill us. We're realizing a lot of these things, and it's like, what are we going to do about? And we have to change. And the first thing we have to change is within us. And then once you change within yourself, you go out in the world and you have that impact, and you have people asking questions, having people curious, and then you change the world. So I think it's very, very important. If you want to change, always look.
Be the change.
Exactly.
In the mirror. That's what like she was going to say. Look in the mirror first.
No, that's some real shit. But again, having that accountability where people can even, you got to acknowledge it first before you fix the problem. If you don't think you have a problem, you're not going to fix shit. And that'd be the main thing with a lot of people. Like, people think, yo, ain't nothing wrong with me.
That lack of self-awareness, boy, that's the devil.
But it doesn't need to always, you don't need to tell people if you don't think you have a problem. You just need to tell people, what is it that you want? First, identify is what I tell people. When it's like, well, I want to do this. You need to sit down with yourself and figure out what it is that you want out of life. And not just money-wise, not just, I want to be here, or I just want that. Not materialistic. I mean, what do you really want out of life? And what are you willing to give up to achieve that? And what are you willing to do to achieve that on a consistent basis? And you have to figure out and be real with yourself. You know what? I want to consistently do this. And that's why I say starting with those little habits. You know what? I'm going to consistently wake up at 4 a.m. I'm going to consistently drink water every day.
Read a book.
You start, I'm going to read a book for an hour a day. You know what I'm saying? You start, but you have to do something consistently. You know, I want to change. You know what? If you want to drop one habit, then you got to pick up another that's going to distract you from doing that. And you'll see that once you start going in that other direction, and if it's in a positive direction that's beneficial for you, the universe is going to work in your favor. And you're going to feel that flame light up inside
of you.
You're
going to be like,
I want to keep doing this.
Exactly.
And then you realize like, damn, I only been doing this 2 weeks. I've been doing it. I don't even give a damn about doing that no more. I'm not tripping about it. And you realize all of these things you were holding on to and all of these things you were scared to let go of just all of a sudden disappear out of sight, out of mind.
Because now you like, I'm doing something that's good for me, and it's making me feel good, and it's beneficial. And there's a snowball effect. Now you don't want to do nothing that ain't beneficial and don't make you feel good. It's like a drug. That's why them endorphins and that dopamine you get, like you said, from doing physical activity. That's why that's where it starts for a lot of people. Some people, it might be reading a book, and you're like, man, I read that book, I'm smarter, and I feel good. It's like a high. Or you might work out, you're like, damn, I'm stronger, and I feel good, and I got more energy. Or you might just change your diet. You're like, wow, I feel better from what I ate, and it's good for me, and I'm gonna live long. It's just the pluses. And when you realize, you're like, well, how am I doing anything else? Because of programming. Because if the programming wasn't there, it wouldn't be nothing to even anchor you in the other direction. So, it's the yin and the yang.
Out of sight, out of mind. But if you're out of your mind, you're out of sight.
Yeah. I like that.
Does that make sense? It's like, you got to think. You got to really process that. What I said there.
That was different.
Yeah,
I never heard that. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely. So I want you guys to listen to this and start. Be the change that you want to be. Where are you going to start at? What are you going to do differently? Start by you waking up. That may be if you're somebody that wakes up at 12 o'clock late in the day, I'm going to get up earlier. I'm going to do 10-minute stretching. Then do 10-minute stretches. Now you're doing 30-minute workouts at home, no equipment. All of this stuff. Use these smart devices. Use all of this. Use the programming and use the agenda that they're trying to impose on you and use it and work it in your favor so it's beneficial to you. So it is a lot of cons to what's going on in today's world, but it's also a lot of pros. Yep. And you got to do what works for you. Even if you're not someone that wants to sit there and open a book, audiobooks.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So watch a documentary. You know what I'm saying?
Watch a show. If you like to watch TV,
outlets.
You can try all of this. Everybody's got Prime. Everybody got YouTube. Everybody's doing that. Even on TikTok. Start following and watch your feed change. And now you're seeing ads about the things that are aligning with your new purpose.
Because guess what? Like we said earlier, that's where your mind is. So if it's reading your mind, it's going to take you to the positive stuff now. Because now you changed your mind, you changed your algorithm.
Because I get on YouTube, anything like that, it instantly goes to like motivational things, affirmations, chakra music, like instantly, because again, that's what I'm on. And I'm out of pocket, like football shit, like things like that. You look at my joint, I get the same thing all the time.
Over. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, bro. So it's just like, you're gonna get whatever you put out. You know what I'm saying?
The algorithm is a reflection of your mind, and people don't want to even talk about that. They ain't ready to have that conversation.
Yeah.
No, they not. You know, like we said, like self-awareness. A lot of people is not going to admit to themselves, hey, look, like I need to change. I'm fucking up. I'm slipping. Like I barely hear people say that shit, bro. And it's just like, and that's why I know what makes me stand out from a whole lot of other people, because it's like I can admit when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not perfect, bro. Because sometimes to this day I might be like, nah, I know for a fact I was on point, but I think about it. A day or two go by, like she said, you need some time to like maybe let shit marinate and let it think, because like go back to what you were saying earlier. Like, I might have a conversation with somebody and they might have said a lot, and they might have said something I didn't agree with, and I might just instantly just respond off emotion. And I learned from experience, like bro, like that ain't it. And some people might be looking at me like, yo, like why you ain't say nothing? What you ain't? I'm like, look, you. This my journey, like, you know what I'm saying? It's best for both. I'm thinking about both of us right now.
Exactly.
Because if I respond,
I'm going to say the wrong thing.
I'm like, what the fuck you mean? Like,
as men, and it's my Virgo brother, we don't say stuff that we don't mean. You don't say stuff you don't mean as a man. That's the most female intention thing. Now you got to go back and apologize. And now you sound stupid. And not only that, it just takes strength out of every word you speak moving forward. Because now you don't know if he's saying it, do he really mean it? Now you just brush them off. But when somebody got weight within their words, you got to take them at face value. That's why you got to make sure you speak with intention, you know? Ain't you left-handed too?
Yeah.
Yes, we both left-handed.
I'm left-handed. I'm not a Virgo,
okay. She's not a Virgo, but she's left-handed. But that's why sis was cooking with that logic thing. It makes sense because left-handed people are right brain. We think logical. The left hemisphere is your emotional hemisphere. The right is your logical. So being left-handed, it correlate like this. So that's why sis was cooking like that. Yeah, she can see the value in logic. A lot of women can't even see the value in logic because their emotion and how they feel about their emotions is so strong, and vice versa. A lot of men don't even see the value in emotion because it never did nothing for them, but made them look weak. You get what I'm saying? And then logic is we getting to the point. But if you're trying to get to the point, then you're supposed to, again, give her a space to be emotional.
And I get what you're saying about men giving women the space, but women, we also have to be accountable, and we have to start giving these men spaces. These men are going out here doing all different type of things in the world because they don't have an outlet. They don't have a safe place. They don't have a home. So you guys want the guy to finance your home and put you up and live that life. Then we need to be able to create a space and a home because they have to go out here every day and fight the world. So where is it? Where do we create the space for them? And not, oh, he's a bitch ass nigga. He always whining. He always complaining. No, listen to him and actually see, you know what? In his problems, how can I be a solution? How can I be an asset? How can I assist him in taking the load off of him so that he can feel, so that, you know what I'm saying? As women, we always want to live in a soft life. What about men living in their soft life? What about our black men being able to live in a softer life? We don't want to, and when I say that, I don't mean you want to just a bunch of soft ass niggas walking around. No, but we want men to be able to have a space where they can be soft, where you can be that cuddly, He can switch his modes, put on his different faces. He know when to cut it on and off. But ladies, we want men to be that baby, that you know what I'm saying? That we want them to, we want to hear
nurture.
Exactly.
He took the word
exactly.
out.
So we want men to nurture, but we got to show them this is what it looks like.
But let me say something about that too. Like women, pay attention who you doing that to, because every man don't deserve that. Because you can, by doing that, you can slick enable a nigga too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you might give them too much like love, too much leeway to the point where they don't even want to do shit to change it. Like, baby, and just I spent my girl. Like I see grown women out here taking care of these niggas, bro. Like
and
no
the niggas be
problem.
all up under
and they be cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
But that starts with the woman being able to identify her,
and that's what I was saying,
confidence and her insecurities as well as securities, and what you're going to stand on as far as moral values and principle, and what you're going to allow that man to do.
Pay attention to
Everybody
this man, though.
is not perfect.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You know what? But I'm willing to put up with this, or I'm willing to, you know what? I'll give him the pass on this. I'll listen about this, and then next time it come back around, baby, you complaining too much. You sounded like a, you know what I'm saying? Let's tighten up. But this is what you need. So you know what? If you need support in that, if you need help in that, this is how I'm gonna back you up. But this is, I'm gonna need you to pull your way. In that, I get what you're saying, but they enable them because they don't require nothing of the men.
But the soft nigga gonna go back and he gonna have a rebuttal for some shit like that.
And then ladies, that goes back to having those morals, those values and principles, and knowing your insecurities and securities and what you're willing to put up with. Fact. So all that rebuttal and all that, baby, you're not hearing me, so this is not working. We're either gonna resume this conversation at a later date, or you know what, we're gonna drop it because I'm starting to see, and ladies, you'll be able to decipher that man's character and what he's willing to do, because if a man loves you, it's nothing they're willing willing to do. That's either, i.e., get out the streets. That's change their eating habits, change the way they view things, change the way they treat women. A man who loves you is willing to do whatever they're willing to do, whatever you need them to do. We have the power.
You can't force him to do it neither.
You can't force him on his own time. But if you see, you know what? I'm saying these things, but you know what? He's being accountable. He's understanding. It's gonna take time. I don't expect tomorrow it's gonna be different. It's taking time. But if you have to know and you have to realize, you know what? This man is built on ambition. It's built on discipline. This man is working towards something. If he's not working towards something, how can he lead you to anything?
Facts.
So you guys gotta understand that.
And the women, you gonna have to determine that. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the bread, the bullshit he got going along fool you. Like, pay attention to the fucking signs.
How good of a leader is you?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Look at the little shit that he's doing. What's his conversation about? How he eat? You know what I'm saying? What's his habits when he get up? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got some type of routine or anything. Like I said, that the man is going to give you the fucking signs. Like, but he ain't got it together. But again, you can be there to help him. But bro, essentially, you're going to have to do that shit on your own, bro. You a fucking man, bro.
But we also are what we attract. So, ladies, it's very, very important that you make sure that you are right within. And then you will attract somebody that is also right within, or that's a line, and you guys can build together. But if you're not right, you can't be like, well, I always keep getting the fuck niggas. Why? Because you probably ain't the best.
You need to work on yourself, probably
need to work on some things on your character.
Shit, bro.
Exactly. So, and you have to be accountable. You know what? I do this. You know, I am too much. And we know, ladies, we know when we know when we be wrong. We know we may not say it. We may
don't
not
want nobody to say it to you. You don't want to say it to yourself. But you know.
Have those conversations with yourself and start within. And then start by watching King Talk as well. Go. Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, and comment. Shout out to my lovely co-host, Fohub and
King Free.
Yes.
Y'all know what it is, man. Hold on. We'll just put the cards up. Shout out to Too Fresh for keeping the air in here clean. Like, we can't even think straight, you know what I'm saying, without that good air, man. So big shout out to Too Fresh air quality. Get your ducts clean, man. Stop playing, man.
Look in your vents. When you walk in your house, the AC vents, all that dust that's fine that you be ignoring, that is getting into your lungs. So it is very, very important.
Wake up, you got to blow your nose.
If you have asthma, if you smoke a lot, if you have kids running around, definitely if you have pets, all of those are allergens. All of that is bacteria. Asthma, get your ducts clean. This is imperative. We also do dryer vent cleaning so we can reduce house fires, things like that. That is very important.
Get them vents clean.
Please, if you see dust, call us, and always stay locked in with Soul Ties.
Soul Ties.
Soul Ties. Big Soul Ties. You already know what it is, man. It's King Talk. We love y'all. Peace and love again, man. King Free _302. We leave the other ones in the comment or the this description. Love y'all, man. We out of here.
Yes.
Free.